Welcome to the Sewing Palace. We're here today to talk to you about a 1-hour serger quilt. I'm Charlene Mila, the Serger Mastery Teacher here at the Sewing Palace, and I welcome you to this class today to teach you how to make a 1-hour serger quilt out of either fabrics or batiks. So you can choose to use fabrics from the store or out of your stash, or you can also use jelly rolls for this project. And I'll show you a couple different versions today on how we're going to do that. Let's begin by talking about the supplies you're going to need to make this quilt. This particular quilt is made out of 8.5 by 12.5 inch blocks, solid fabric blocks, and you need 8 of those blocks for this size of quilt. We're also going to be using strip sets that we're going to be making out of 4 different fabrics, and out of each of those fabrics you're going to cut 3 strips 2.5 inches by width of fabric to make our strip sets. You also see here there's fabric in between each of the rows. Those are going to be called your background fabrics, and out of the background fabrics you need 4 strips, and those are 3.5 inches wide. You'll also see at the very top and the very bottom of the quilt there is one additional piece, and that is called the border, and those are also with the fabric by 3.5 inches wide. So for your information, you can go to our website, and at the top of the website go to Shop What's New and scroll down until you see free patterns. There's a great big red free on that block, and you'll be able to download the pattern for this serger quilt. Today we're going to be sewing on the Bernina L460, which is one of our new overlocker sergers. The L460 has a DC motor and is a nice strong overlocker to use when you are serging projects. So it has a wonderful extension table here to give you more sewing space, and I'm going to love that today as I show you this quilt. So as we sew on it today, we're going to be sewing with a 3-thread overlock. So we're only using 3 threads today, and we're going to be threading the right needle only. Okay, we're not using our left needle at all, so this is 3 thread. So we're going to adjust our tensions, which are here on the top of your machine, and we're going to be setting those all at 4 for overlock. Okay, your stitch length is going to be at 2.5, which is a default setting, a normal setting for overlocking. Down in front is your overlock button. It's called the roll hem lever, but we want to be set it into overlock, which is the forward position. So push that button all the way to the front of your machine. And then our other adjustment will be our cutting width. Your cutting width is right here, and this is the dial for your cutting width. And you want to make sure that is set either right at 6 or between 6 and 7. The L450 and L460 both come with this seam guide. We're going to use that seam guide today to keep us on a 1/4 inch seam while we're sewing our quilt. You can see these 2 brackets on the side just clip right here to the side of your machine, and you open up your door and it'll slide down on the left-hand side, and then it's locked into place. And this guide slides back and forth, and for us today we're going to set it right down here on a 1/4 inch seam. Begin making our strip sets first. We're going to take 2 of the 2.5 inch width of fabric strips and sew them together, right sides together. Now I'm using batik, so it really doesn't make any difference which side I use, but when you're using regular fabric, make sure your right sides are together. And we're going to put it right here on our 1/4 inch, lower our foot, and serge away on the first seam. As you come down, you'll need to keep straightening. I don't pin because it's quite easy to sew the strips together. Now you have 4 of those, so we're going to take our second set and put them together, and I want the red next so that it is my third fabric over, and this is my last fabric on the far left-hand side. So I'm going to again put these right sides together, and then I'm going to sew this together, and then we're going to head to the pressing table. Next, I'm using a woolly ironing mat, which I love because I love to have it right next to me when I'm sewing because it's so fast to use. So I've got a woolly pressing mat, and I have laid out my strips. Now, the most important thing that you want to do when you're pressing out these strips, we're normally always pressing to the dark, but on all of these strips, we want to make sure that all of our seams are all pressed in one direction. So we are pretty much going to be pressing to the dark side, but we want to press so they're all heading in one direction, whether it's right or left, and right now I'm pressing to the left. Okay, so I'm back at the serger, and what I'm going to do now is take both of my strip sets and put them together so that I have now a 4-piece strip set. And we're going to sew them together and serge them down the side, and then go back to the ironing board. Press those into the same direction as you pressed your other 2 seams. And remember, when you're sewing and doing your 1/4 inch seam here and you're sewing, your job is to guide the fabric down the edge of the fabric. Not to push it or pull it, but to guide it along that 1/2 inch seam. Strip set both up on a vertical and a horizontal line, and I'm going to trim the edge off so that we have all the excess fabric away, and then I'm going to move it down to the end of the mat, and I am going to now cut a 12.5 inch strip set, and we need 7 strip sets of these colors. So let's cut away here. Okay, so you're going to need 7 of these strip sets to finish your quilt. So now we have all of our blocks and our strip sets cut, and we're ready to go. So if you look on the big quilt, we're going to take our main blocks and our strip sets, and we're going to make 3 rows. So you're going to begin with a main block and then a strip set, and then reverse as you go every other row. Now this quilt may not be as big as you want to make it, but this is a 1-hour quilt. But if you want to make it bigger, you can certainly do that by making more strip sets and cutting more blocks. We're going to start to serge all of our seams together in our rows. So we're going to begin with a solid, and we're going to put right sides together, put them together, and sew down your columns here. So I use clips, the Wonder Clips, because they're just much easier for me to use, and they're very easy to take off as I'm sewing. And also because when you use pins, sometimes if you're not careful, you can sew your pins, and if you sew into a pin, your machine will stop, and it will take you a while to remove that pin. So sewing over a pin on a serger is much more harmful to your machine if you do that. So Wonder Clips work great for serging projects. So let's get to sewing. We're just going to continue adding. I'm going to add another strip set. And I'm going to hold them. These are a little bit shorter as you put each of these rows together, so you don't necessarily have to clip them if you're really good with holding them together tightly. And we're sewing these together, I just want to remind you, if you are using directional fabrics, and for me this is a directional piece, I want it, the top is a certain direction, that you want to make sure your pieces are in the right order when you're starting to sew them together. Taking out and ripping out serging is a little bit more difficult than ripping out one seam on your sewing machine. Okay, Okay, so we finished with our first row. We've got 5 of our blocks together across the row. Now we need to make sure after each row that you go to your pressing board and you iron and make sure that all of those seams are continually pressed in the same direction. All 3 of our rows done. Our next step is to put our top and bottom border together. So we're going to sew those together before we add it to the quilt. So if you look on this sample that I have right here, the 2 pieces at the bottom and at the top, these 4 are all different. And I want to tell you what I did. I was using a jelly roll when I made this quilt. And so I did not cut my borders and these background pieces 3.5 inches long. I went ahead and used more of my 2.5-inch jelly roll strips. So you need to know that you can adjust your pattern a little bit if you chose to use a jelly roll versus doing wider strips that I'm using today that are 3.5 inches wide. Okay? So we're going to take these 2 strips. I have 4 of the dark strips, which are my 4 background pieces. They're going to go between my rows and at the bottom and top of my rows. And then the additional lighter pieces are going to be at the very top, and that's called a border, and the very bottom, which is another border piece. So let's sit down at our serger and sew these 2 pieces together. Our next step is to take the middle row or your center row, and you're going to sew 2 background pieces, 1 to each side of the background pieces before we put the top and the bottom row together. As you notice on these pieces, the background pieces are going to be with the fabric, so they're going to be longer than your rows. And when we're all finished putting them together, we will trim up our quilt and trim those rows off. So I've got the background pieces sewn to both sides now of the center row of our quilt. And now I'm going to trim the edges and trim off the little bit of excess with the fabric from that background piece and get that trimmed up. And then we're going to sew the top row and the bottom row to this piece. Okay, so here's our middle row, and we're going to now take the top row of the quilt and we're going to put it together right here with the border, the background piece. We're going to sew these 2 together, and I'm going to sew with the flat fabric on the top with all my seams going in one direction on the back. Okay, we've got all 3 rows put together with our background in between, and now all we have to do is sew the top piece, border piece to the top, and the second one to the bottom. And of course, this is your same as your background, so you want that to be right sides together on the very top row. So let's sew those both on, and then we'll show you how to finish the quilt. So we've got the top and the bottom borders on our quilt. And now what we're going to do to just preserve the quilt top until we're ready to quilt it is we're going to sew this 3-thread overlock seam all the way around the entire quilt to finish it off, to put it away until we're ready to make a quilt out of it. So just put it in your machine, go all the way around the entire quilt with your 3-thread overlock. Thanks for joining us today here at the Sewing Palace. We hope you enjoy this fun serger quilt top.